Hello. So this is part 2 of the How to Cook Advanced Chess Bot series. So today we're going to be cooking Isabel. We're going to be playing with the black pieces. If we lose, we get the queen spawn opening. So against queen spawn, I go e6. Now let's try something different with c5, the Benoni defense. And then knight to f6. If they go c4, I will play something known as the Benko Gambit. They go for queen to d3. Now the whole point of this opening is to fianchetto the bishop, and now it looks like a Sicilian dragon structure, and I played the Sicilian dragon. So this now looks like a Sicilian dragon structure, except the d pawn and c pawns haven't been exchanged. That's a difference. But I'm gonna pressure this d pawn with the move e6. So here they go for bishop to e3, and now I'm gonna think here. Just trying openings here because it's a chess bot. I could try to go for knight to g4. I can also take maybe. Oh no, takes isn't good because then it leads me to the backwards pawn. I will go for a6 with an idea to go here in the future. So they go here. I will take. Ooh, interesting. This is a tricky variation now. So, a lot of pawns hanging. I can take. So they queenside castle, I will take. I can give up the pawn. We might be getting cooked here. I'm gonna go for b5 pawn sacrifice to open up my a file. I can go for bishop to f5, developing on my bishop, and then take with the queen because we don't want a queen trade on a position where I'm about to be down a pawn. So we have an attack brewing. I mean, I can go check here and then check. I don't know if it's good though. Maybe we should go here first. Maybe we should put a rook here first. They're just letting me attack him. Takes. Okay, Isabel might be getting cooked here, bro. And look at Broski's position here. I mean, check is already appealing to me. Check. Where does the king go here? No. Isn't this just winning? Check. And I win your queen. GG's, broskis. Isabel just got cooked, and I have no experience with this opening. This just shows you that this bot is garbage. You can cook this bot easily. No, you can't. It's just a joke. But I will analyze the game, so you know my logic behind my moves. And now we're gonna go for queen to f6 with an idea of going here. I can give a check. I can also try to revolt my knight. What is the best option here? I can give a check. I can also not give a check. I think this move works. Yeah, just force the king here. And then give this check maybe. So now their bishop's hanging. Oh yeah, but if I give this check, they push the pawn. What if we give this check with the bishop? Oh my god, what is Bros King doing? What is Broski doing here? Why is Bros King on the a5 square? This is just not safe, bro. And then I just give checks. And I'm gonna attack you, bro. Bro's getting cooked. Bro's getting cooked. En croissant. We take en passant here? We can give a check. Or not. Let's just give a check. It's probably not the best move. Let's go for knight to d4. And we're actually gonna snatch that knight off the board. And then take this. And we're completely winning. We're just up a queen for a rook. And their king ended up on the b7 square on my half of the board. And I can then win their bishop. They could have some chances over here. If I take, it's a queen against a rook. So I will just take. This is a winning endgame, theoretically. And what I'm just gonna do is fork. Blunder. Let me just explain it later in the analysis. And I will make a second queen. And this is GG's. So now we are going to mate Isabel. I didn't expect the game to end fast. You know what? Let's do one game with white. After we analyze this. I did not expect it to end this fast. Bro's getting cooked easily. And that is mate. So let's analyze that game. So get d4, and I try this move known as the old Benoni defense, which is known to be hated by the engine, I guess. Knight to f6, and here c4. c4, not c4, queen to d3. Now c4, I wanted to face this with b5, the Benko gambit, and after takes, I was gonna play a3, and after takes, I wouldn't even take back. I would just play e6. And even though white is in a winning position, it can still lead to some equal games. Like, this pawn is always yours, you know. And then let's say knight to f3, castles, and this is a positional gambit where even though you're down a pawn, what you're gonna do is stare down these pawns pressured with your queen. Like a bishop, and you have you're gonna put your queen on b file, maybe put your rook on the a or b file, and set up batteries pressuring every single queenside pawn they have. That is the whole idea of the Benko gambit. It's a positional gambit. Instead, they go for this weird move, queen to d3. I go for d6. My opponent goes to e4 and g6. Now, if you know the structure, this pawn structure looks familiar. This is the same pawn structure in the Sicilian defense, except they play d4. Right, and then you play d6 in the future. Let's say like knight here, here, and then this or this. Both moves are playable. Ace like this, castles. And then let's say they castle, and then d6, and as you can see the same pawn structure, but the c and d pawns have been exchanged. So they have some similar ideas, but it's not all of them. There is a key difference here, is that their d pawn is taking a lot of space, but with the Benoni, you're actually gonna pressure this d pawn. That's one of the ideas. The only downside of playing e6 is that it definitely weakens the d6 pawn. My opponent goes knight to f3, I go e6. Bishop to e3 is played. And then I go for a6, and this is already this is already better for white, because then they can just take, and after I take, they have long castles, and they win the pawn. So I would have had to take with the bishop maybe, but there's e takes d5. I didn't like this, because after e takes d5, I am left with this weakness, but I guess they are left with this weakness too on the board. After something like bishop to f5, I am ahead in development. Queen to d2. What else? Knight to g4, getting the bishop pair. And then bishop to f4, pressuring the pawn. And then here we get queen to b6. And if you castle, it's looking like it's over, because I have the two bishops aimed, queen aimed. I have the c pawn, which could potentially pressure this b pawn if it goes to the b3 square. So apparently that's what the engine wanted. Maybe if I ever play the Benoni, I could use this. So I am learning too while I'm playing against these bots. Long castles. And here e takes d5. knight takes, and b5 is inaccurate. Instead, what I should have played is this move e4. I missed this. I can't believe I just missed the fork. It's fine though, but oh yeah, because after takes, then I just win the game with this move. King to d2, and then bishop to f5, yeah, and then it's crushing. You win all the pawns. Yeah, the queen moves and you win, and then you go bishop here, bishop to c3 check. I don't know, knight to d2, and this is a crushing position, and rook to e8. So I missed that. I said I go b5, opening up the queen side. They take, which is not good for them, because I get to open a5. And here, they let me go for bishop to f5. Now, this is such a powerful move, bishop to f5. Do you even know how powerful it is? It's even more powerful than in here, because after c3, suddenly this diagonal is fully open. So this move is just a powerful move, taking the diagonal. But, again, this is a missed opportunity, but I played this. He took Isabel. I don't know. It took because it's a bot. And here the bot plays queen takes b5. Yeah, sure, it might be a free pawn, but look at my compensation. I have such a strong attack going, and already rook to a1 works. Because after king here, you trade rooks. King is forced to take, and then you put your rook on the d file. That's what I'm thinking, but apparently that's not it. Oh wait, yeah, there's rook d8. For go. Said my opponent, I played rook d8, and here, touching queenside pawns. Really, this should be a rule when you're castled. Don't touch your pawns on that side where your king is castled, because then you're just gonna expose your king. I just took, and then I just went here and I won their queen, and just simply converted this endgame. I'm gonna go too deep into this. And then here, both pieces on light squares, so it's a fork. So I think when you're defending in this position, it's easier to play if you put let's say your king is on a light square. I think it would have been better if you put it on the dark square. As you can see, none of the light squares are recommended here, because they all lose a rook. So, and then one would checkmate. So now we're going to be playing with the white pieces. So, I play e4. My opponent goes for the Karokan defense. I recently made a video about how I played against this, which is months ago, so haven't seen a Karokan defense in a while in online play. So, we're gonna see. I'm gonna play this prophylactic move h3 to prevent the bishop from developing, but it does allow this. Knight to f3. g6 with an idea to put their bishop there and trade off bishops, damage your pawn structure, but in compensation they get the open g file. Makes sense? I can still go for queen to e2. I think I should attack that knight. Oh yeah, that is an annoying move. Spot's getting annoying. Let's go here. Bro. Okay, they could be getting an advantage already. So, if I go here, it's actually a blunder because they can just take, and if I take the queen, they take here first with check. So, but, oh, their idea is to take that pawn. Okay, makes sense. Okay, we will move our king out of the way. Oh, bruh. This bot is actually insane. Alright, let's play another one. Okay, Karokan defense again. Ooh, what? e6. Bishop to f4 is for my prep. Queen to e2 here. Spot might be cooking. Okay, they go knight to h5. I can try to trade off bishops. I can also just... You know what? Let's go here. Bishop to g3, and if we take... Alright. Do we see takes? Oh my god. What did bro just play? King to g7? Nah. What is this move? What the heck? I mean, it just walks into this potentially. I mean, there's already this and then taking. So here I'm definitely in an advantageous position. I know that because my opponent just played king to f7. So this is definitely an advantageous position. And if I try to go knight to h4 here, trying to potentially go check here. We need to pressure some pawns. Let's play f4. Be aggressive. Oh, clever idea. They're pinning my pawn. Okay. I don't care. Still going there. Go ahead. We do not care. I think they should have taken it. Okay, so they take here. Is there a bishop sack in the future, maybe? Just gambit another pawn. Open up this line. Alright. Ooh, what if we go here? Check here. Okay, this ball might be cooking. Okay, so we will... So if I take, they're gonna give this check, maybe. So, let's take. I dare you. Challenging my opponent here. Alright, so now we have eternal pressure on this pawn. We have regained the pawn, but now they go here. Looking to play this check. So, we have to play this move. Rook to e1 to hold that check. Could be getting some activity here, though. So if I take, they take with the bishop and get active. Very, very interesting here. What should I play? So I don't want a queen trade. That's for sure. They're threatening this immediately. They're also threatening this with an idea to go here. I think I should just take and let them get an active bishop here. And then go here. They allow me to take the pawn with check. What happens if I take? They go here. Oh, and they win this pawn maybe? Okay. Should I take the risk? Or do I queen trade and play this game where they have the bishop pair advantage and some nice initiative here? Or do I take the pawn with check and allow this? So faced with a dilemma here. Let's try to take the pawn with check. Our opponent plays that as expected. Now what do? We can try to go for a queen trade. But then our opponent always wins this pawn, but then we win that pawn. But then they always have this check. So taking doesn't work because they can just take with the queen or even with the rook. What if we give this check though? If pawn takes, their bishop gets pinned, and then what? Okay. Very interesting stuff here. What if I go here, 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 here? Does that work? Oh, maybe I take here. What if I go check? What do you do? And then I will pre-move taking with the queen, and this bishop is lost. So it is. I can take... Wait, what? I can take both bishops now. Check, and then here. What is my opponent doing? I can also take this with shit. Take, and now I'm just up way too much material here. I'm just up a piece. What is my opponent cooking here? My opponent did not cook. They were definitely in an advantageous position here. Think about these 1600 bots. They can be in a winning position, but just completely throw it all away. Just like me or you. I don't know. Probably any human. Yeah, just take. Game over. Lights out. And then put my rook here. Offer an exchange. Yep, but I fix your pawn. Not lights out. I get the queen with g4 or this pawn. I can get the queen with both pawns. And this should just be lights out for my opponent here. GG's. One thing about bots is they never resign because they're not programmed to do that. Can I just go check? Nah, don't be too fancy with it. Let's just go here. What? And you sacrifice the rook. And we just go here. And now we're threatening to go here if they let us. So we go here. And we always add this. Alright, no stalemates. This should just be a clear win. Wait, what's your escape square? Oh, that one. And that is checkmate. So let's analyze that game. Waiting for the loading. So I was definitely disadvantaged there. So I played normal Khan stuff. The exchange variation, and here a castle. This is definitely not the way to play. Knight to g5 check. Oh, hey, I was looking at this, but like, I thought takes yesterday. Yeah, but like, oh wait, no. They go here, and then like after takes, don't they just have this at the end of the variation? I was like that, so I didn't play it. Apparently just knight to d2 because the queen holds. Makes sense. So, some very, very deep stuff there. Instead I go knight to h4. g6 is played, and now I go f4. Bishop d6. And here I go for a dubious move, as they like to call it. f5. Completely throwing away 2 pawns. They take, and then take this pawn. I go here, gambiting another pawn. And here my opponent should have gone for knight takes d4. Nasty sacrifice. After takes, they take with a queen. Then I'd have to go here. And then this h5, breaking the whole position apart. Yeah, this is losing. Wow. This is not ace line by the engine. So yeah, I'm losing, as you can see. But because it's a bot, it's suddenly not playing the best moves. And what was the best move here? Yeah, bishop takes f5. They're still winning, but they allow me to take the pawn with check. And here they block the bishop, allowing knight to g5 check. I think for that, brilliant. And here sacrifices the knight. Yeah, it's a fork. And no matter what you take with, I always take with the queen because of the rook on the f-file. And suddenly, I'm in an advantageous position. So as you can see, we went from this position where they had active bishops, an active rook, and potentially an active queen, maybe rerouting to the king side. But no, they threw it all away. with this simple move. Rook d8, like what does that even do? Just allows me to take. And then knight to g5 check for sacrificing for positional reasons. And then here, I mean, it's just completely crushing because your king's not safe. And suddenly, it turns from my king being unsafe to yours. Turn the tables around, and then here I just took the bishop with check, and then traded everything off and took my opponent's bishop. And now we're in the end game because the queens are gone. My opponent goes g5. I simply attack the pawn. Opponent goes king to f5. I go for rook d4, defended by the knight. My opponent goes for a5. Now, admittedly, I did miss this move, but instead I play king to f2, simply activating the king. Rook g4, knight to f3, and then I won pawns here. And here found a way to, I mean, what is bro's logic with this move, to be honest? Bro is not, bro thought he's Gotham chess with this move right now, bro. Like, what does this move even do? The final part of this series, because I'm not 2000 yet, so I can't be fighting Lee, is going to be fighting Wally. It's maybe going to happen in July or June. Here a queen. Rook c7 check. And then a nice mating pattern here. And that is game. So that's the end of the video. Bye.